everybody in the streaming studio is trashing light tanks all the time, and everybody in the stream's like, "Fuck yeah, light tanks! All
More
the
light
light
tanks.
tanks, please!" Oh, action on the Chinese-Japanese front, and it's just massacres, I would guess.
I guess
Yeah, it's just massacres.
another
Let's have
couple
a
thousand
quick look.
Chinese to grind up some XP to get those penalties down.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I mean, really, it's manpower and rifles. Like, who cares? You're China, you know. It actually just looks like a lot of... Oh, there we go. It's just a lot of small offensives by the Chinese player.
Oh, and they could finish War of Resistance, which gives them another bonus to attack or to defense on core territory.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And that same general is wounded yet again.
I guess he didn't learn the first time.
I mean, I suspect it happens, you know, when 100,000 soldiers are dying and then you get shot. I mean, come on.
How is Norway doing?
Probably terribly.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, beg your pardon, Norway. I apologize.
I mean, at least Daniel managed to secure a naval port to
That's
supply
true.
troops.
I mean, it doesn't appear to have been that costly, but...
On the other hand, he's holding the perimeter.
Yeah, and the Norwegians are rushing a couple more divisions south. I mean, they're not going to hold out. They don't have enough men to hold the line. Oh, and there's a bugload of American volunteers in Norway as well.
Why not, right?
The Italian front still isn't getting moving. Oh, I suppose
Meanwhile,
it's only been a month or so.
He doesn't seem to have done a whole lot of work on his infantry divisions.
No.
Then again, he hasn't been involved in that many land wars, right?
Yeah, I suspect. Has he been... I wasn't here last session. I suspect he wasn't exercising a lot or sending attaches or anything.
We didn't really... He had a short war against Ireland.
Again, like, there's all these... Guys, you have leader traits. Come on. You have full command power. I promise they're really good. Spend your command power on them. They're super cool.
And there we go.
And it does look like, complete side note, probably not, but Drickus kept all of his overseas colonies as France.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a weird one. In like, there's, for example, Syria, there's no point in really keeping it. You should release it, let it have a generic focus tree. There's an argument to be made for down here to releasing it into Cambodia and Laos. And then obviously lots of small armies that you can gobble up for your own army. But, wow. He's just got 7 divisions sat on the Indian border here. I'm not sure there's that many deals going on. I think it just might be a lot of people being incredibly paranoid about what each other is doing.
Maybe because there aren't a whole lot of deals going on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if defending Vietnam is actually feasible while you're still fighting a land war. If you have your enemy, straight across the channel, you're probably gonna need all your troops there defending.
Have the French just been pushed back? Oh, only by a province. That's not too bad.
No.
And Germany still growing stronger. I mean, at this point, really, I'm just waiting for the wild cards to become wild to be.
Yep.
Barrage having real problem pushing into. Yeah, I mean, 20 infantry. I suspect they're not great infantry divisions, but I lied.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty decent infantry divisions.
And they lost 120,000 people against 14,000.
They've got the standard infantry divisions. They've probably got enough artillery to. I mean, slight deficit. Let's have a look. It looks like they thought they'd be an easy target, and it turns out they'll actually kick your ass 2 ways to Sunday.
Yep.
Might be another long and bloody war for our. Sorry, I didn't quite realize how big that number was before.
Yes.
It is a very long and bloody war.
It already is.
God, the carnage during this session has been unbelievable.
Twitch chat demanded blood. Twitch chat got blood.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
Is this what you wanted, Twitch chat? Is this what you wanted?
What did I lie about? I'm getting accused of lying, and I don't even know what I lied about. I'm sorry, Twitch chat. I didn't mean to upset you. Okay, so let's try and give a very quick summary of what's going on, okay? So we've got the French Commune grinding themselves against the Italians in the mountains for Italy, for some reason. It might be because Germany can assassinate the family and make them part of their faction, which is, if it is, that's why they did it, then that was a pretty smart move by France. However, it's, you know, cost them more than they can probably ever get back.
Yep.
Which is going to be a problem because over on the other side of their border, you have the royalists who tried to do a bit of a sneaky jump in and grab the Italian territory before they did.
Well, they're still going to be part of that peace deal, right? So.
Yes. But, I mean, if they'd have cut straight across here, it would have been fantastic for them to block off the French and just march south. But, I mean, they're still just Germany, just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and nobody is doing anything to stop him.
Yep.
So, if not this session, then next session, Quill is going to be a monster. Then we've got the Soviet Union, who, as well as just, while also helping out their French counterparts, hasn't been doing a whole lot, except for building up, which is exactly what they should be doing, because Germany is nearly on par with them in terms of factory output. Maybe not with men in the field. I suspect they're doing fantastic. Yeah, 2.4 million.
That's the Russian army for you.
Yep, that is very much the Russian army for you. And they don't have a deficit of anything, even if they're building a bunch of light tanks, but whatever. It's looking like Europe is just arming themselves to the teeth while France bleeds themselves dry. We've also got Mr. Wildcard, our very own Daniel over here, doing the Swedish intervention, because of course he is.
Yeah, I mean, once he's done with Norway, he can just keep going.
Yep, and Daniel needs to reclaim his homeland, you know?
That is true.
I bet the entire reason he invaded Ireland was as a sniper at me, and now he's going to invade Sweden as well. But so we've got them over here, and I suspect they've got big plans for America that they aren't executing on yet. But as for that, they are also just growing and basically being allowed free reign by everybody else, because you don't want to annoy somebody who could potentially be your ally.
Yes.
However, judging by their action in the Italian War, looks like they're probably going to side with Quill and the and Brit in the old empires.
Yes.
Then we've got the disastrous British Raj offensive into Iran.
He's actually getting pushed back to his border.
Yeah, he is going to have
that
problems. I mean, what I would normally, you should probably help them out at this point in the UK, because the Raj is... Let's have a quick look, shall we? Then they have a whole bunch of artillery just sat around doing nothing. And the XP to edit their templates, so what are they waiting for? Because that would really help them out right now. They're fighting against a 7-2 infantry arty setup, and they don't have any arty in their division template. This is... They also have...
Oh, and it appears that they are justifying against Nepal.
That is a bold move right now.
Considering that the last, quick and victorious war is still going on, and it's not looking quite that victorious.
Not even close. And then we have Japan, China, and everybody else. Has the communists got anything from anybody yet? Nope. So that's nice. And, I mean, except for some pretty horrific losses on the Chinese side that we're pretty sure was to grind out military XP for the army reform decisions. Or at least that's what we would do.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that Rambler did it as well. There is nothing going on here, at all. It's been stalemate since last session. I can't tell if it's because they're doing the diplomacy thing and they're waiting for something, or Japan is scared of China and China is scared of Japan.
Yeah, I think that's...
Like I said, the only problem that Japan is going to have is they started with the advantage and they're very, very quickly losing it. Give it another 6 months and there's no way they can hold out without some serious help from some allies. Which, I mean, what are you up to, Australia? I feel like Australia is always the neglected, the neglected part of the world, and I apologize.
They're just gobbling up Indonesia, one island at a time.
Yep, which is a good move. To be honest, you're a small nation. You've got limited divisions. You should attack another small nations, and the resources are decent.
Yes.
So Woo.
Oh, and
There goes Italy.
Italy surrendered.
Rip Italy. F's in chat, please.
Yeah. And apparently it did not capitulate Greece. Interesting.
Sorry I keep coughing, everybody, but I think I might slowly be dying.
Oh.
F. F, 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 F.
Yep. That was...
Drew's hair knows everything, but Drew doesn't.
Oh, that's rough.
Him, bless him.
My game's just crashed.
Someone's game just crashed?
Somebody's game's just crashed.
Austria-Hungary.
Oh, Austria-Hungary crashed. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
we fixed that, right? You can rejoin during a peace conference?
Yes, providing that whoever is hosting said no. I will quickly jump on Slack. Why don't you talk to us, Gabriel, about stuff?
About stuff. I mean, we agreed that if we needed a topic, we would go like, what is the best bolt action rifle of World War II?
Was it, or was it the best service rifle of World War II?
Oh, that's true.
See, Dan is trying to bait me into annoying the Hoi community and Twitch chat into saying stupid things about guns so I can argue with people on the internet.
Because that is so much fun.
Does anyone know what's going on with the crash, though?
Oh, there was a crash.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Austro-Hungarian player crashed.
Yep.
But we
Yeah, I
have...
thought he rage quit.
What?
No. Why would I rage quit?
Yeah.
We won the war.
That's a very strong statement.
I
but
mean, I think you did very well.
yes. But
The aim
maybe
was
you
never
could...
The aim was never to defeat the Italians. It was to simply steal from the French.
Oh. I mean...
And that's the best war goal as far as I'm
yes,
concerned.
in that regard, that was a stunning success, I would say.
Yeah, it was a great success for us.
By the way, the best bolt action of World War II is the Mas 36 French
Oof.
rifle.
That is-
Fight me, Twitch chat.
Since,
No, I think we're going to need to go for a
well-
rehost, gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah, I also think so.
So we're gonna have our little intermission screen.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice
I
little-
can't actually get out
I
of
didn't
this
realise
screen.
the
though.
intermission
Well,
stream was
Alt
us.
I was in the middle of winning.
So, I was in the middle of winning. Will you not be in the middle of winning when we rehost?
No, you haven't done
No,
anything.
not anymore. Now it's gonna look like I haven't done shit the entire game.
So the Mars 36, huh?
Oh, no. I shouldn't have. I thought everything was fine. That's why I didn't say it.
So, is there anything fun that has been?
And now they're not on the stream.
Yeah.
That's all Daniel. Blame Daniel.
Cat
Well,
off in
I
his
haven't
prime.
done anything.
Daniel.
Hashtag blame Daniel. Get some hashtag blame
Hashtag-
Daniels in the chat, please.
Hashtag blame Daniel.
Even my own chat is now saying blame Daniel.
Hey, Alex, were you intentionally launching slightly suicidal attacks to grind army XP?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes, that's what we
I
suspected.
need to get down my debuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We just couldn't work out if you were really, really smart or just felt like murdering some people. But it's a pretty decent move. PPSH 41 is not a
That's not a rifle. I
Ross
think
rifle better than all. Nice, good meme.
What
Well, let's head back in.
Party started.
Let's get this out of sync. Back.
Oh.
Come on, everyone repro.
What
Saves
date
and
was
logs.
the, what
Saves
what
and
date
logs.
was the desync? Does anyone know?
Oh, we're gonna desync now at the end of the day.
No.
And
we're fine.
Now
I
you want the peace conference tick. That's what you're waiting for.
Mm?
Anyway, let's stop being QA and start watching the game.
Yes.
Let's pretend we don't know Italy's about to fall.
No. Italy got another, shot at it.
Yep. The French Navy's just hanging out in the middle of the ocean.
It's cool. It's pretty nice this time of year.
Are we good? I
Good.
think we're good.
I think they still just have to take Rome. Come on.
Could
Fine.
we just show a Gabriel screen for a second, Blondie?
Mhm.
Thank you.
See how much have the French suffered. 580,000 dead Frenchmen and roughly 200,000 dead Soviets. But I mean, for the
Jesus.
Soviets, there's more where that came from, right?
For Italy, though,
Yeah.
right? For Italy, were they that worried that it was worth this? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I can see Breton being a bit worried that he's gonna have, you know, 2 fronts.
That's very true, but this just means that he has to worry more about naval invasions and
That is
such,
true.
which I suppose are easier to handle than
On the
an
other hand,
entire active
he can just say that the entire, you know, peninsula I'm not gonna care about. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna dig in somewhere around here.
I mean, if he takes the land, he's going to have to guard the Austrian border, and if he puppets it, he's going to have to boost that puppet pretty hard to make it a viable ally.
Or maybe he's not gonna puppet it and gonna keep it around as a buffer state.
That's very true. A very, very weak buffer state.
Well,
That he'll have to give guns he doesn't have to.
hmm.
That he doesn't have.
Meanwhile, more training exercises going on in northern China. Let's call them training exercises.
Let's call them training. I mean, it's a pretty decent idea if you ask me. Okay, looks like everything's settling down. Come on, Drickus, take Italy. I believe in you.
Super weird, right? But we should have a save game right before the
Peace conference.
peace conference.
Yep.
Yes, that was the word I was looking for.
And yet again, Quill just building up and building up and building up. Like, I wasn't like performance in the Civil War, not stellar.
No.
Then, you know, the whole Poland nearly causing World War II very, very early.
Yes. Oh, Tibet joined the Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity.
Wait, who's justifying on Tibet? China.
China.
Oh, okay.
China.
For a second, I thought it was India. I panicked.
No, India is.
Oh, is on Nepal.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
gonna come in from the south. So
Okay.
now, Italy, please surrender? Question mark.
They have to wait a couple of days these days after the change.
Yes,
So you
they
can't
did.
just paratroop cheese into ungarrison stuff or just occupy for a day and somebody gives up. It has to be for a couple of ticks these days.
Interesting.
Which is-
I did not remember that change.
Yep. I mean, it's not a big change, but
No.
it's a nice quality of life one, especially for things like MPs when you can accidentally get hit from the side all the time.
Accidentally.
Well, you weren't paying attention because
Mhm.
you know that's difficult to do for extended periods of time.
It is. I mean, just look at us.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I want to go see how this Iran Raj war is still just going. Oh, Iran and Norway have decided they're friends though, thanks to the war blob system. So that's nice.
And we were just saying how that shouldn't happen anymore. All right. Attempt number 2.
Hopefully this doesn't explode. I mean, this never exploded.
No, no.
Everything works perfectly.
Yes.
So, how have they decided to dice it up? Because the Austro-Hungarian Empire still has score.
Yes, and territory that another country took is super expensive.
to
Yes.
take. So I suspect that they'll just eat. Ooh, I
Oh,
tell a
I see.
lie. That was a bit
No.
of a ballsy move. if
No,
I'm
he
not
had to
mistaken.
give it
Oh,
back because it's
because he
like,
realized that it was incredibly expensive.
it was like 900 points.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wait a while for that.
I was gonna say Drickus, like that is up there in terms of EU4 scumbaggery.
Oh yes.
Ugh.
And I mean, if there's one,
If there's one player here.
yes, who knows his border gore?
Yep. We love you, Drickus.
Yes, we do. But we get a front row seat every
Nothing
time.
can stop the Norse-Iranian alliance.
Yes.
That's not a bad name.
That is
That's the other name for my power metal band.
the North Iranian alliance.
Yep.
It's,
We're
spicy.
a Sabaton cover band.
I thought Two Great Powers in Austria was a Sabaton cover band.
Oh yeah. No, that's my personal project.
Oh, nice.
Who's playing France? Bratton from the
Yes.
EU4 DevCache is playing France.
Also a content designer on.
Yeah, also a content designer. He doesn't just play Paradox MPs for a
Yes,
living.
we're not paying him to. We're actually not paying him to play EU4 multiplayer. He has to make that up that time.
Yeah.
So he stays late.
Come on, guys, finish this peace conference. I believe in you.
Can we please?
Soviet players just being real careful about what, or France and the Soviet Union are arguing about who gets. Yeah, they were arguing because the Soviet players just passed all of their points to France. That is a bold move. That is a lot of coastline. Drickus is now going to need to garrison after taking a massive amount of manpower
that's true.
losses. And so far, I might be mistaken, but I don't think he has any garrison divisions at all.
Nope.
So that's a whole bunch more garrison divisions he's going to need to build.
Yep.
Which is...
But then again, what I would do, and I'm an idiot, is just go like, oh, I got all these factories, and after the peace deal, there's not going to be any resistance, so I'm just not going to garrison this at all. I'm going to get out what industry I get.
And then hold the mountains during war?
Yes,
or?
just dig in here again, and if they want to take this over...
Or even, you're not wrong, right? Hold both the Italian defensive lines here, and then you can fall back to these ones at this, or just two front lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially because when the hypothetically, of course, if the Austrians take Italy, it's going to be all ruined because there's been a whole nice bit of war there.
And they would have to garrison that instead.
Yeah. That is a bit slashy and burny. I kind of like it. Glorious French Navy can keep Italy safe, I'm sure. You're not wrong.
Can, yes.
Can,
but
will
should
they?
it?
Like, there's this place called Great Britain.
Yep.
Well, the British Empire now, beg your pardon. Just off the coast of France that they probably shouldn't be messing with.
Come on, guys, this shouldn't take this long.
I mean,
Chop,
you know,
chop.
there's a lot of negotiation going on.
Oh.
And Quill probably can't take anything, so needs to give it to Austria. Oh,
Yep.
no. I lied.
Oh, he's
going to take Ethiopia.
nice.
Nice.
Well, he had to get his, place in the sun.
Yep, classy move. I respect that.
Yep.
You know.
We kind of forgot about Ethiopia.
Oh, don't do it. You're going to do it, aren't you?
Yep.
They're going to release a nation in the dead zone.
Oh. Are they? Are they going to release Libya? No.
I mean, I hope not.
Can we? Come on, guys.
Come on, guys, please. I'm bored. I get it. We're going to argue over Venice till the end of time.
You can't take it, Drickus. Just stop trying, please.
I think
We've
it's
been over
Quill trying to actually...
No, that was...
He's taking the Libyan desert. He's going to do it. He's going to have the German island in France.
Nice. That's a lot of, colonial territory for Germany.
He will
it's going to look
eventually
good in
realise...
the newspapers.
Oof, you're not wrong. Square meterage, right?
Yeah.
You can start selling it and then selling lordships in the new German Empire.
The lord of the African desert.
Yeah. What's France up to now?
Come on, just pass or click down. I don't care.
I'm sorry. Sorry, chat. Twitch. I shouldn't have been doing that. I just got distracted with the mouse wheel there for a second. What's going on in Twitch chat?
Oh, Breton tries to restore Mare Nostrum. Yeah, I can see him try that.
You're not wrong.
He also took Albania, I think.
I don't know what use Albania is. It's actually, to be fair, it's got, I think, 1 civ, 1 mil, 1 dock from GameStart. So
Yep, I mean, you might as well.
Might as well. And if you lose it, it's not like it's a defensive weak point.
No. France and Germany are always passing, and I think Drickus counts to that he's able to take Venetia before Germany gets enough points.
I mean, Germany will not get enough points, I don't think.
Or does it?
Oh, maybe. Because it's occupied by Austria.
Yes.
That's why it's taking so long, because they're playing the point passy game, trying to beat each other in this three-way peace conference.
Yes.
That sort of makes sense. We should make this system better.
We should.
I'm not promising we will, but we definitely should.
Quite a few there. Oh, and he managed to take
Hey, well done, Drickus. Proud of you, mate.
Yep.
It only took you 10 minutes of Twitch time.
Well, at least Austria got South Tyrol back.
Can we expect a Bulgarian focus tree in the future? Oh,
well,
dear.
expect is a very strong word.
Yeah.
But we visited it for Death or Dishonor. I made the call that it didn't have enough interesting stuff happening to justify. And I have since been informed by people on the internet that I made a huge mistake.
Yep.
So when we make, for example, a focus tree or a country pack focused on Turkey, on Greece, I think Bulgaria will get a second chance at glory.
Mm-hmm. Especially as we obviously make more DLCs, we develop the game further, and it gives us more possibilities of interesting things to do with focus trees.
Yes.
We visited Bulgaria during DoD when we had a limited set of tools. Now, after Waking the Tiger, we have a bigger set of tools.
So, right now we encountered a slight bug, so...
What have you done? Had to hot join?
Yeah, we need to pause the game and just let him hot join.
Okay.
He got the research screen stuck because he made some kind of one
Oh.
frame.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Press.
He has the tech tree in front. Sorry, I'm going into QA mode. Yeah, I know the one. Okay.
Cool.
Someone
Nice.
crashed?
Hot code.
Hot
No,
code. Very, very hot
it's the
code.
research screen that popped up over Andalusian.
I managed to get Darn's hand away from the rebuild button at 3:30 this afternoon by the skin of my teeth.
Yes. There was
So
running
you-
involved. No, Dan, no.
Blame EE. Nice. I only break the game in the classiest of ways.
Yes.
F. Ah. No.
Observer can't chat.
I can't chat anymore.
Oh.
No. Oh, wait, no, I can. I'm just an idiot. Alright, let's get this ball rolling again, gentlemen.
Yep.
Ba-ba-boom. Damn. I forget how nice the old DoD tech art is. I just had some pop up in my face, and it's
Nice.
oh so pretty.
Yes.
Ooh.
And
What are you... Okay, they've managed to find some divisions to put on that front at least. Let's have a look at what pulled division.
they made
templates
some
look like.
progress in Iran again, in Persia. Managed to at least push
So-
them back from the border.
It looks like Nepal started... This is super interesting. Probably shouldn't be showing it. But Nepal started with a special forces template that they needed to iterate out of to get to their garrison template.
That's
That's fantastically smart and also incredibly stupid all at the same time.
it was an incredibly stupid idea, but it was beautifully executed.
Exactly. Right, so Japan, China, still looking the same, guys? Come on. Show me your flashiest moves.
And Daniel just told Raj that no, he's not gonna come and save him.
Oh, okay. I guess,
That's harsh.
I mean, he doesn't need saving, he just needs some, some gentle encouragement in
Yeah,
the form
that-
of strong British artillery.
Yes. Some argument enhancers.
So, I'm not really sure how I feel about this Italian war, right? I mean, France is definitely the winner, and
Well-
they still definitely have a lot of manpower left.
Well,
Did we lose mobs?
Did we?
did we?
Yeah, we did.
Alright, pause it up.
Yeah, I did.
Trickus, I was just talking about you.
Oh, how quaint.
How do you feel about the amount of manpower and equipment you lost on the Italian campaign?
I do not, but I would prefer not to talk about that.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, Drickus, remember that glorious Italian campaign?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it was great. It was
looks-
so great. There's definitely not
it
people
looks very-
Steve sniping right now.
Huh.
Let's just say that I lost about 17 divisions that I shouldn't have lost.
Yeah. The Ross rifle wasn't a Well, people stop saying Ross rifle. It wasn't a service rifle in World War II. So, just like, I see a lot of people being like, MP, burning, blah, blah, blah. This is super hot code, guys.
Yes.
Like, it's not even the build that's gonna get released on, cross the fingers, the 8th, right? There's this whole process that we go through towards the end when everything's finished up where we start to iterate on all these kinds of stability issues and things like that. We catch these sorts of things every day, we fix them, we move on to the next fire,
Yes.
and the next fire, and the next fire. It's not like we're just going to throw this out on the 8th, right? So
Nope.
just chill.
Just chill.
Just chill. Game development, it's this whole iterative process
Yes.
thing, guys?
It's also
Just-
a giant mess.
It's also a giant mess. But it's a fantastic giant mess. Otherwise, neither of us would be here this late.
Exactly. And be back in the office tomorrow at 9.
Yep.
That needs to be said. Like, gonna go home, take a shower, go to bed, get back up,
Yep.
back to work.
Is
Good times. Game dev lifestyle.
there no events?
How long are iterations / sprints?
Wow,
About
it's getting very technical and
Oh.
work-oriented all of a sudden.
throwing the terms around.
It depends. The important thing is that we give features the time that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, attaches in the new system. To actually implement them didn't take very long, but to get them to a decent place took very small gameplay iterations based on feedback. Whereas something like Chain of Command took months to get right
Yep.
and, like, not bug-free, but, as bug-free as we can make them with the ones that we find. It really depends on the scope of the feature. And that's why it's, if you look at what is in Waking the Tiger compared to the free patch, it's just a crazy big amount of stuff. All of the features are super big. It's going to be a
why are we so
great DLC.
It is. I think. Well, it is the greatest DLC for Hoi 4, which is
Yes, 100%.
On the other hand, it only had 2 before, so the competition isn't that stiff.
The competition isn't that stiff, but this is the best thing that the Hoi team has ever done.
Yes.
It looks like
we're
rolling and nothing is exploding. I mean, touch wood. I touched wood. I swear. I was touching wood the whole time.
I saw it. I checked. What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. We didn't just say something terrible. Moving on. Moving on.
Mind.
Professionalism.
Yes.
Professionalism. Okay, so where did we leave off? France had just taken a whole swathe of territory.
Yep.
And your guess is they're not going to defend it, and my guess is it would be too expensive and not worth it to defend it.
Yes.
There are, however, a bunch of Soviet divisions sat there. Are they waiting to go home, or are they just
maybe it's
hanging
gonna
out?
be defended by the Soviets for the French?
Looks like Drickus is finally moving up to mediums, and you know what that means. We're going to see some good tanks on the world stage for a change.
And France is building marine divisions. Ooh.
That's are they a decent template? But let's have a
Well, they're pretty good.
See,
Well,
Quill's still building mediums, but he's not transitioned.
Yes, he is. He has like 500 in the field.
I am sorry, I totally just lied. Gabriel is very correct. Quill is indeed fielding all of them
without even looking at the country.
So, how are we doing for time, Blondie?
Probably gonna go 20 minutes. Yep.
Excellent. So we're going to go about 20 minutes over time, give or take. Don't hold me to that.
Unless we crash again.
Yeah,
then
I'm not the stream producer.
Exactly.
They just don't pay me to sit here and talk.
Well, we can report this as overtime, I'm told.
Can we?
Yes.
I should stream more often. All right, so let's have a quick look and a quick recap of what everybody's done. We'll start over in my slight pet peeve area at the moment, Japan and China. And basically, there was a massacre of Chinese troops so that Rambler could get the XP, which, again, very smart move, totally worth it.
Yep.
So that he could do army reform. And then apart from that, there's just been a lot of setting up of defenses, like, not defenses, garrisons, so that they can garrison the ports in case of a Japanese invasion. This border, which I guess they're just paranoid about more than anything else.
An empty border invites attackers, right?
Indeed it does, especially from the wild cards.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're called that because they're like, wild.
I'm not sure that's where the word comes from, but we'll go with it.
And then we've got the Tibet offensive, I guess, just to get more access to borders, clean up some territory, and because they're there, right? Like,
I mean, it's still free land XP.
That's very true. And I mean, they're there. They're not a player. We can pretty much eat whoever we want without worrying. So why not? Because Japan isn't making any big moves. So
and
then
yes,
we have
Germany has released
hey,
Libya.
They did it. Let's go have a look, shall we?
And it's
Look
called
at that.
Rice Protectorate, North Africa. It's pretty good.
Tasty.
Tasty.
The nation island without any sea by it.
Yes, has 0 unlocked slots that can't do anything. Although I guess if they go down their focus tree, they are unlocking slots.
Yes.
They should
they
at
do.
least.
And then they also took Ethiopia.
Yep.
Right, then we jump over to Raj. What have they been up to? They've been getting massacred in Nepal, but also probably...
Well, they're making slow progress in Nepal and going to capture that victory point reasonably soon.
I mean, the only worry is that one division there in the north could reinforce the capital, right? But hopefully that won't. I think they need a win at this point, right?
Yeah.
This would be a good
anything
one.
they can get, really.
And I suspect that when they do, 11,000 infantry equipment's nothing to scoff at for basically, well, not 11,000, but easily 8 is, free.
Yep.
I mean, free. It only costs thousands of lives, but free.
That's more where that came from.
And then there's the Dooms.
Oh, actually, no, there isn't. They are 0
yeah,
manpower.
they are tapped. They have lost way too many fighting Iran.
And they're still on... Oh, that's actually Australia taking over Indonesia.
Finally.
Yep.
After, 2 wars.
Yep.
Because of, admittedly, a
Well,
bug, but, you know.
One of those wars was our fault.
Yes, that's very true. And
And
there we
if-
go. Congratulations, Australia.
Yep.
We salute you.
We do.
You're one of the only countries so far that... Oh, I suppose actually half of them are doing great. Half of them have massacred half their
But
population.
they're certainly, pulling their weight in their alliance.
No, it's 39. It's Australia. Like, you're doing great. Like,
Yep.
Let's not... And hopefully you'll have decent divisions to be sneaky and invade places.
Why are they both called New Zealand? It seemed to be that they had a war goal against the British Raj, which would be interesting.
Yeah. And then there's the doomed... let's have a look. It's just...
Why are we
this
still
attacking around.
paused at...
Oh, did we lose somebody again?
Can someone help, please?
I'll jump in Slack. Plagued with issues today.
Yeah, it's yesterday worked better.
That's where Blondie disappeared to, by the way, the alarm. Again.
Oh, yes.
One day somebody will remember that, right?
Yeah. No, what I only found out today that the alarms are not linked between the floors.
Yeah.
Because yesterday I was sitting here and going like, what is Dricus doing? Why is he not switching off the alarm?
For those who don't know, we're in just like a normal office, and obviously the burglar? I think that's what you call it. Alarm goes off because we aren't meant to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're meant to be here, but we're not meant to be here.
Yes.
So then we've got the Iran-India war, which has just been a complete massacre because I don't think that India was expecting Iran to have so much artillery and decent divisions.
And
Looks like
that
Norway's
is-
just fallen.
Yep. Would seem that way. And Norway was next. And I guess Sweden is soon to come.
I mean, you'd assume so. Daniel's probably going to reclaim Stockholm
Hmm.
and bring it into my glorious empire.
And after that, the Danish have been put on notice.
Ooh.
So,
Well, see, that is interesting.
I mean, that would give him another border with the German Empire.
Germany, and it
Ooh.
cuts off the Baltic Sea, right?
Oh, so he can...
Which means that the Soviet Navy is basically a non-factor, and possibly also the German one, depending on where it is. Or if it... Oh, it's out in the sea. Okay. And then we have France just massacring themselves and the Italians in Italy. Now they have 2 shared borders with their enemy, and they are choosing to man it, which I guess makes some sort of sense because of the massive amount of mountains in this area. So it's looking like this... I mean, it has to be, right? The next session is the last session.
Yeah,
So
so they have to start making
it's
flicks.
time for the monarchists and the
Yeah.
communists to kick the ever-loving crap out of one another.
Yes.
The problem is, I think like they might be a little bit too late on... Oh, whoops. On that front, right? Because...
Oh, and there's a Chinese offensive actually going on
Oh
and
my
taking ground.
Stop the presses, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
After about a year and a half, the war in China has finally gone mobile. Flashbacks of the Great War everywhere. They're slowly grinding their way forward, but
Yeah.
not fighting in the best supply terrain there.
Nope. Bad supply,
Yep.
pretty rough terrain,
And the alarm went off again.
and the alarm went off again. Paradox.
Yep.
I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like this offensive might... Oh! No, he's retreating. The Japanese army stopped attacking when they were going to cut him off. Because if they can just cut straight across here, right?
Yeah, I
they're-
mean that's a solid like 50 divisions cut off.
Yep.
I mean these aren't great divisions.
No,
like-
I think they're 1 or 2 battalion divisions because
Yeah.
somebody was trying to be a naughty boy. The Tibet offensive not going amazingly.
No.
And Europe has gone quiet again. Let's just make sure nobody's justifying on
withstand.
anything. Because I mean, the play here would be right.
Oh,
Get your
that is very naughty.
Yes, that is very, very naughty. But I'm just checking around Europe at the moment to see if there's any justifications going on, and it doesn't look like there's anything of interest really.
And
You'd think, right? You want to get your justifications out now, so next session you hit them straight away. You're ready
Yep.
to go.
But then again, if you start justifying now, people have like a day to prepare.
Yeah, and start plotting behind the
Exactly.
scenes. That's very true.
And Raj has decided that Bhutan is next. So the two meme countries are going to be off the map sooner or later.
Nice.
No nukes for Nepal or battleships for Bhutan.
And again, it looks like they're gonna. The players are eyeing up just close by AI nations. One of the only ones left is Yugoslavia. But I'm not sure if sorry, my brain went completely blank then. The Austro-Hungarian divisions are really up to the task of fighting a RT-heavy Yugoslavian army across
I'm still surprised
rivers.
that he hasn't even added like support artillery.
I mean, he's playing the multiplayer meta, right? Like, that is there is, as you said, a debate currently about the value of artillery. How's Daniel doing? Is he no, he's still just running the same divisions. Quill, what divisions are you running? Decent ones. I like that one. That's alright. You only got 40. I see. See, Quill's doing the relatively, or at least I think it's a smart thing, people will disagree with me, of running 2 different types of main infantry division. He doesn't appear to be all that worried about combat width, which I agree with. I don't, combat width is a factor, but it's not the be-all end-all that everyone says it is. And he appears to be running a relative, I say light, this is not light by any sense of the means, but it's lighter than his infantry AT one, which is a lot heavier with a lot more soft attack. And he's
with a
running
lot of artillery.
Yeah, and he's running to about a 1-to-1 ratio of that, and that's a decent move there, sir.
Yes.
That is what, or at least very similar to what I would do.
And he's also building up his... he's building medium tank destroyers and medium SP artillery, so he might actually have pretty beefy tank divisions.
I mean, you'd hope so. Just a few nice big ones to just smash places.
That would be quite the development in this multiplayer. I don't think anyone has really utilized tanks all that well.
No, well, this is the thing, right? The communists have given. Ooh, oh, it's Sweden. I got so excited for a second, and now I don't care. The monarchists have given the Comintern a massive amount of time to build up. The only thing is, they don't appear to be adapting their templates from the default. Oh, I lied. I totally lied. There we go. That is the kind of complete BS I am talking about. Well done to, is it, who's in Soviet Union? Let's pronounce it. It's Solar, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that is pretty tasty, young man. Yep. I approve.
Meanwhile, the invasion of Sweden has started.
That's it, though. Still light tanks. Just light tanks everywhere.
Yeah,
he's building mediums, though, so maybe a mixed template, maybe running both types of divisions, something like that. I mean, the Soviet Union has the industrial capacity, and because of the, or at least I believe, because of the lack of a Nazi Germany, there's no research deal, right? So a lot more of a slog to research your first tier of medium tanks.
The interesting thing, when they actually did do the research focus last session, and the Soviets turned them down.
Really?
Yes.
That's a weird decision. I mean, I get it. Deny your enemy what you also can't get. But
so from that perspective, maybe building light tanks makes more sense, because he was never planning on going medium that quickly.
Yeah, you might be right. I mean, the thing is, I would have taken, personally, I would have taken the research.
Yeah, I would so.
Because medium tanks, they're better than light tanks. That's why they're called medium tanks.
Well, could also mean mediocre tanks.
Oof. Or, cruiser tanks.
Yeah. Well,
Yugoslavia's gonna get crushed, probably.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better than previously.
Let's have a quick butchers at this battle. Oh yeah, he's still running a few cavalry divisions for when the holes open up.
Yeah.
That's.
And he also has the Germans have some tank divisions there to maneuver around.
Just to snake about, grab those victory points, get some encirclements off.
There's not a whole lot the Yugoslavians can do about that.
No, as soon as there's a gap, I'm sure the Germans will be right through it, and good coordination between two teammates. Easy work, easy work.
Yep.
I completely forgot what I was going to do then, so I just won't do whatever it was.
Just play it cool.
I meant to just open that menu randomly and not do anything with it.
Oh yeah, that's also a good point. Once they are done with Yugoslavia, they can join the war that their body is in against Greece and take that over as well.
I've just noticed that is Quill got they're garrisoning the caught up. I thought he was using garrison divisions for frontline orders, but he just has them to garrison the forts, and there's a bunch of forts along the front line. I was very confused for a second.
Admit it, you were doing the, oh god, the AI is using garrison division for frontline.
I mean, I might have been doing that for a brief moment. I might have clicked back into QA mode. And there we go. Look, see, straight across Yugoslavia, cut them off from their capital.
That's a bold move.
That is a brave move, but if you can get these divisions out of this combat and reinforcing this line, be it perfect time.
Or you can just pin them down.
That's very true. While other units move into place.
Yes.
I mean, you know, a nice bit of coordination between two
teammates.
Thank you. That's totally the word I was looking for. And still, no action on the China-Japan front. Like, what's we doing in decisions? Still no decisions taken. China. Nice. Got the army reform. Good stuff, son. Good stuff.
They're definitely moving ahead. And slowly grinding down the Tibetan army. Not doing too well.
Whoa, Daniel? Are you here? There's a lot of notifications up here, son.
Yeah?
Probably needed to get a drink or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's...
Sino-Japanese war is this world's phony war.
Yes.
You're not far from wrong, except for all of the people who died.
Well, it's...
I mean, it was for army experience, right?
It was for a good cause. It's getting late.
It is getting very late. The Yugoslavs just are going to hold here, apparently. They're giving up on their capital. That's probably not a great idea there, friend.
No.
I don't know. I think the good portion of action for this is done, except for a few things, minor scuffles in Asia, and also the Raj not really knowing what it's doing there.
Well, I suppose he decided that the war against Iran is sort of a lost cause.
Oh no, 100%, but he still has a battle plan activated.
And that is the end of Yugoslavia.
Rip. Get Fs in the chat, please. I'm going to keep doing that until everybody asks me to stop.
That's...
As the great voice of Blondie just comes down from above and asks me to stop.
Please, please, please stop.
No, I'm kidding.
Hey.
Rip Mame Neeson.
Rip. Oh, I thought you said Liam Neeson. Now, Taken. There's a good film.
It's the first time we agree on something.
Yay! Right, I guess it's going to be a straight gobble of Yugoslavia by the look here.
Expect the same. I mean, they need to feed Austria-Hungary something.
Yeah, I'm like... Austria-Hungary is in a super difficult position and didn't have a great first session just because of RNG on the...
Czechoslovakia thing.
Yes, thank you. So, considering I think they're doing really good, and I just kind of hope that I am king of infantry.
Blondie just passed us a message saying Taken 3 was the best Taken.
I mean...
It was a pretty good movie, I have to say.
Can I just remain quiet for the rest of the stream? But Austria, I'm pretty impressed with their strategy so far. They just seem to have had a bad first session. They're coming back relatively well.
They've adjusted very well, I think.
Yes, exactly. They have gone, wow, I got dealt a really shitty deck of cards. And they've just tried really hard to get back up rather than not giving up, but kind of, you know.
I mean, now they are in a pretty decent shape once they've got all this industry that Yugoslavia built up and have secured that territory.
I mean, at this point, the royalists are, I wouldn't say catching up, but at least a challenge
Yeah, I think they
for the communists.
there was a period of real weakness for them, and I think it has almost passed.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. Germany is looking way better. Great divisions, good amount of equipment, great production. The only thing now is when the Soviets come to blow, it's going to be a case of whether or not the Austrians can hold while the Germans smash them up.
And that is the end of Greece.
March on Moscow, you noobs. Uh-huh. I'll get right on that.
French Gamoon. That's how the Saxons say it, I guess. How many seconds of delay? I don't think we're actually running any delay.
Yeah, we don't run an intentional delay. Obviously, there's a little bit of delay.
Yep.
Just because Twitch.
So there may in fact be Steve sniping going on.
Oof. I would hope not. This
No.
isn't the Dev MP.
No, the stakes here are way lower.
That's very true.
Yes.
There's not even a trophy.
No.
I could make one, but I don't think anybody would actually appreciate me sending it to them.
Oh. Huh.
Soviets are coming to blows. I don't know.
I think that's gonna be the first thing that happens next session. Is
It
someone's gonna declare war.
Better be. I
Yeah.
want to see some proper massacres. None of this dying in mountains nonsense.
None of this dancing around and
Exactly. I want Soviets
beating up
smashing
the
across
AI.
the Russian plains and the Germans coming back at them. It's going to
Yep.
be fantastic.
It is. Hopefully.
Come on. What's the big... Can you just not decide who wants which bit of Greece, or...
Well,
I thought the intention was to feed Austria-Hungary, but maybe I'm wrong.
the hell is this?
Hey,
Yeah, well, Bulgaria took some. Oh, that is.
that is a lot of equipment.
Yes. I mean, that is.
Do you think maybe this will make the Austrians finally start running artillery, or... Holy...
That's a solid 15k of support equipment.
Look at the piles and piles of infantry.
Also, running a cool 500 surplus of fighter planes.
Yeah,
Pretty nice, pretty nice.
very nice indeed. I mean, I suspect that... In fact, I'll just go have a quick look at their techs. Whoops. Yeah, how we doing, guys? Okay, that's a gutsy move. I respect that slightly. But it makes me nervous. But I suspect he's got a very good plan, so I won't question it. Yeah, so lagging pretty far behind on research, but if all you're going to build is small arms, I don't necessarily think you
You don't
care,
have to keep
right?
up. No.
Yeah. How's our good friend China doing in Tibet?
It really seems like they've decided that why throw people away against Japan when they're just gonna build up a new defensive line like 2 provinces further back. If you can take over Tibet. I mean, if Team Japan was gonna make an attack, they would have done so this session because China's not gonna get any weaker.
No, see, at this point, I think that Team Japan's best bet is to make friends with somebody and make friends with them fast before the next session, because China's going to steamroll them otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, China is in a state of relative strength right now compared to Japan because they've kept up the defensive the whole time, and Japan hasn't been using its 2 advantages, which is its navy and its decisions that it can take. So, it's gonna be interesting. State of Shanghai, and Communist China still just. I can't tell if this is it bullying if it's your friends doing it. Like, poor Communist China just. He's.
I'm really interested to hear what the thought process behind that was. I almost think that they hoped that Shaanxi would refuse, the order to submit, and then they could go to war and feed it to Communist China. But then Shaanxi went like, yeah, sure. I'll be your puppet.
Why wouldn't I be?
Exactly.
And then that threw a wrench into the whole plan.
Yeah.
That said, is Communist China fielding? I mean, they're fielding a decent amount of divisions on the front.
Mm.
It's not like they're being louches just because they
No.
haven't been fed, but I mean, they're going to be at a disadvantage, and I mean, maybe Alex or someone could give them a few of his divisions so that they could be more micro-heavy.
Yeah.
Should a war like properly break out and it becomes a war of movement. But a bit of wasted potential in terms of just you have a pair of hands and eyes that you could be using for something else, right? Still, it's the hand he was dealt. And Austria-Hungary now looking pretty good.
Yeah, I think I mean, we talked about it earlier in the session, right? I wasn't sure if the monarchists were going to make it through the session.
No.
I think no, they're looking pretty.
Which makes me really curious about the behind-the-scenes stuff that's been going on, right?
Yep.
Like, something must have happened. I don't know.
On the other hand, the
somebody's friends with somebody. Somebody's, if you attack them, then we'll attack you.
Yeah.
Something like that
I mean,
must have happened.
that is the nice thing about this multi-faction thing. Like, you always have the enemy of your enemy is your friend, right?
Exactly.
There's always someone you can talk to and get in a position to threaten them.
Especially when, I mean, we call Enter Elysium and Daniel the wild cards, but really every faction is its own wild card, so to speak, right? Like, they don't have to align with somebody or fight with somebody if they don't want to, or if they think they have a better chance against somebody else. Or Daniel managed to capture Stockholm, and I'm sure it was a glorious battle against about 12 Swedish people. And there's just a matter of time before they're crushed, I guess. Let's see if Daniel's got on any more interesting divisions. Okay, he added 1 artillery, so that's.
But he added that a while ago, I think.
Oh, okay. I must have missed it. But not exactly the crazy MP plays I was expecting from him, because Daniel is very, very good at Hoy in general, but also at MPs, and I was expecting a bit more.
Maybe he has gone soft from all the AIs he's beaten up.
Maybe.
And that was Bhutan.
Hey, chalk 1 for the British Raj.
Another glorious victory.
Yeah.
Oh, 20,000 equipment.
Yep. That's the great thing about production efficiency being so high this day. I mean, it's been 3 years now.
And there goes Sweden.
Or 4 years, maybe. I didn't actually check the date.
I think it's, it's been 4 years.
Yep. So all of these countries have been running infantry equipment for the entire time at basically max efficiency.
Yes, and...
Can we get some Fs for Bhutan? Please,
Sweden.
Twitch chat. Oh, and yeah, I forgot about Sweden.
It's easy to forget about Sweden.
Yeah,
they don't speak up.
Dear me, Gabriel. Dear me.
Yeah, I feel we have a meeting with HR coming up tomorrow. The things we said on stream. Just
it's the Call of Duty thing. You get it. It's funny. It's like you're fired. God damn it. The war in Tibet. I mean, are people just not paying attention to it?
Turkey has flipped to communism. But
does that mean they're going to join the faction? Or
they should, right? Eventually.
You would hope so. You would really hope so.
Yeah.
But the war in Tibet, you'd think it would be over by now. They keep fighting for the capital, which is probably the wrong thing to do, right? Just surround it and then crush them later on. Let's have a look how they're doing on the research front. Okay, he finally went for artillery. Does that mean he's got his artillery production up? Yes, it does.
Ooh.
Running at a resource shortage, a pretty severe one, but nothing he can't really come back from. I suspect he's not running it.
Well, he has 300 saved up, so I suspect he's gonna start converting some infantry divisions to a new template.
You would suspect so.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Chinese army has now become so reinforced in the north that they're just sitting around and dying horribly from attrition. So that's...
just an FYI, that does not give you land XP, so...
yeah. So
just putting that out there. But I think he got rid of army corruption.
I believe he did, yes.
Yes. So
he's done an excellent job of getting rid of his national spirits. Now it's just a case of time, right? He's just going to build a giant pile of equipment and manpower and then ram it towards Japan. and Japan will probably buckle unless they get some help. Or unless they have an ace in the hole that I'm completely not aware of, just sitting in the streaming studio.
I mean, you have to admit that it was the casualties used to be pretty even. Now there are quite a few more that Chinese.
Yes, but I mean, look at that manpower on China. It's just too huge to matter.
And this is still with limited conscription.
Exactly. Whereas Japan on extensive at the moment with 600,000 in the pool.
And this is with a 35% penalty as well.
Yeah, only 1.2 fielded compared to, I think, China had 1.6. So.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 Great day for the German Empire and therefore the world.
I disagree, but whatever.
I mean, we noticed that you conquered some, places in the sun.
Yeah. Some
By the
very
way,
nice
Solar,
places in the sun.
I'm sorry.
Especially the Sahara.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
Daniel, this is what we agreed upon, by the way.
Yeah.
what did you agree upon?
This is
I was gonna
Sweden.
I was gonna give half of Sweden to leave the for Soviet Union, but then I realized that Sweden had sunk 2 of my tank divisions on the way, so I had to get my revenge.
Yeah.
And how could you even consider making some sort of agreement with the red communists?
They don't attack us.
Yeah, they don't understand what agreements are like. I mean,
Well, if you look at the
here's
map,
contracts.
if you look at the map, you'll see that the British Empire is a lot more red than we are.
Oh.
I guess that's the faction map mode.
So,
things in China are pretty boring.
Yeah.
How are things in your parts of the world? Yeah, we're just staring at each other across this border. It's fun.
Just, I mean, there's a lot of Chinese soldiers at this point just dying from attrition, waiting for something to happen.
Don't tell them that.
I mean, nothing.
At one point, they were at
never want our
44%
manpower.
attrition.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Nearly 4 million in the bank.
Yes. It's going to take a while.
And how many deployed? 1.6 million deployed.
Yeah.
So
It'll be decades before they've all died.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I
something-
just have one question, Daniel. If you click on manage subjects, you can't release New Zealand.
Nope. Unfortunately.
No. Oh man.
I wish I could.
So,
A
Really?
deal for New Zealand Day.
we supported fascism in New
Yeah.
Zealand, and they didn't do a civil war. Instead, they just flipped peacefully, so they stayed your vassal.
Oh.
Yeah. Kiwi Empire.
Kiwi Empire.
That guy's face is hideous. What the hell?
Aww.
Oh, great! I don't know. No.
Oh, yeah. It's,
Satellite.
He's,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
he's just an old white dude. It's okay.
we're all going to be
Yeah.
old white dudes.
That's how we all look.
Yeah,
So are we
exactly.
stopping the game here?
I believe we are.
Yes.
Yes. I believe we are well over time at this point.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, we had some issues,
Yep.
but hopefully had some fun at least. Next session, I expect some real fires burning in the entire world, from the very beginning to the very end.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Nothing left to
Non-stop
lose.
slaughter.
If
Quill-
it doesn't happen, then I will make sure it happens.
Quill has a very big pile of equipment ready to shove somewhere in the world and murder
Yes.
everything.
He's got some
Exactly.
console commands to fix everything.
Well, that's plan B.
Anyway, guys, I really thank you for joining us this evening, and I hope I'll see all of you in the chats everywhere tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Same
It's-
time, and hopefully without outsync.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
And we'll also see you guys on the stream tomorrow, I would hope.
Yes.
I will not be here. Dan should hopefully be
Yes.
back. But from us here at Paradox, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. See ya.